Ojama up! Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Ojama's got a Link monster, and so did SuperHeavy Samurai. Yep, it's a weird one. Anyway, we already got this, I already made a video about this Flame Swordsman Link. It's pretty generic warrior support. I'll go over it real quick right now just to get it out of the way. Here, his name is Mighty Flame Swordsman. Wow, good name. Link 2, Fire Warrior. Link effect monster. Attack 1300. Arrows looking left and bottom left. And the second effect is a hard one's return. All warrior monsters on the field gain 500 attack. Alright, so he's essentially 1800. So that's a little better. 13's pretty low. Then if this Link summon card is destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effect, target one warrior monster in the graveyard except a Link. Special summon it, but if it leaves the field, it's banished instead. Okay, I mean, it's kind of weird. Also, it takes, as materials, 2 monsters with different names, so it's very generic warrior support. It's nothing crazy, because you can't really destroy it yourself. You're relying on your opponent, so, But anyway, let's get to the meat. The meat and the potatoes. This is the meat. No, this is the meat, and this is the potatoes. So let's start with the potatoes here. Ojama Emperor. He's a Link 3 Light Beast Link effect monster. Attack 0 with the bottom left, bottom, and bottom right. So Link 3 giving you 3 zones opened up. Materials takes any 3 beast monsters as long as one is an Ojama monster. Alright, alright. And the third effect is a hard ones per turn. If Ojama Country is in the field zone, this card gains 3000 attack and cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay. Right, just come right out with it. That's pretty cool. So immediately becomes like way more threatening than we first would have thought. That's cool. I'm into that. Second effect says if this card is attacked, your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken instead. So if you don't have the field spell open and you're still 0, if your opponent wants to out this via battle, they're going to eat some damage from it. So I like that. 3. This is the hard ones per turn. Yep. You can target one Ojama monster in your graveyard except a Link monster. Special summon that monster, but you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck this turn except for fusion monsters. Okay, so the first thing is that this can revive fusion. So if you already made a fusion and then use that fusion to link into this thing, you can just bring the fusion back and lock down your opponent's zones or whatever, which is pretty cool. But that is a lot of materials to be able to do that. I don't know if Ojamas have the explosiveness to not only make the fusion, but also have 2 other beasts on board after making the fusion to link into this thing. But if you do, you're probably sitting pretty good. I mean, especially if you had Ojama King, you could lock down 3 zones. Your opponent's link plays would be super limited. Yeah, because you could just lock down all 3 zones under, like, that are like under or diagonal from their extra monster zone, because you've got an extra monster zone filled up here, and then they may not be able to play through that, which is pretty cool. Very interesting. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I don't think it's crazy. I mean, it's a Link 3, so that's the biggest thing, is that it takes a lot of materials. But I'm sure we'll see some spicy decks come up using this card. And then for like the most meta relevant one, sort of SuperHeavy Samurai Scarecrow. It's a Link 1 Earth Machine. Yep, 0 attack, bottom left arrow. So weird arrow, not down. Materials takes 1 SuperHeavy Samurai. So cool. Archetype locked. And you can only use this second effect once per turn. And this card cannot be used as a Link material. Love it. So this is probably powerful. Otherwise, there's no reason to give that effect if it's not that powerful. First effect says, if there are no spell or traps in your graveyard, battle damage involving this card becomes 0. Alright. Nice. If there are no spell or trap cards in your graveyard, you can discard 1 monster from your hand, then target 1 SuperHeavy Samurai monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position to a zone this card points to on your side of the field. Alright. That's pretty cool. Because it's pretty much, as long as you have a monster in hand, it's going to be live because you're going to use a monster to link into this thing, and you can just bring it back immediately, which is pretty cool. So it's an extra monster on board. I don't know exactly. I don't know too much about SuperHeavy Samurais, but it seems pretty good. I mean, it's an extra just this. Like, if normally your board would be that guy, whatever you normal summoned or whatever, your board is this plus him. So it raises the ceiling, I guess, a little bit. I don't know if they float. I don't know what about them or whatnot, but seems pretty cool. They're both really interesting, both really cool. Also, we got some other stuff here. Got some other weird stuff here. What is this? What is going on here? All right, so we already saw some of these cards. We already saw this guy, Speedroid Beta Machine. We already saw this guy. He's a searcher for them. But there's also Speedroid Hexa Saucer. It's another Pendulum monster. Attack 100, defense 16, Pendulum scale 6, and the other one I think is 1. Yeah, 1 and 6. So depends on a good amount of like lower mid-level monsters. Pendulum effect. It's hard once returned. You can target one of your wind synchro monsters that is banished in the grave and return it to the extra deck. So you can get extra deck monsters back loaded into the extra deck. Monster effect. Battle damage inflicted by a battle involving this card is inflicted to both players. Battle damage inflicted to both players involving battle with this card is halved. Then if this card is destroyed while in a Pendulum zone, you can special summon one face-up Speedroid Pendulum monster from your extra deck. Okay, so if you already had a face-up one of these guys, I don't know. I think this guy's usable. I don't think this one's very good. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're just, I don't know that much about Speedroids, and maybe there are plays where this is relevant, but it doesn't seem that good to me. We have a rank 7 monster here called Dark Anthelion Dragon. Rank 7 Dark Pendulum. Is it just a generic? Yeah, it's generic. Takes any 2 level 7s. Attack 3000, defense 2500. Pendulum scale 10, so really high scale. Pendulum effect. Once per turn, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls, half its original attack until the end of the turn. Okay, cool. Nice little effect, but it is an extra monster, so you have to get it to the zone via already summoning it. If you can Pendulum summon level 7, you can Pendulum summon this face-up card in your extra deck. So you can Pendulum summon this, is what it's saying, essentially. If you have the scales to fit in a level 7, you can pull this out if it's been put in the extra deck face-up. If I'm reading that correctly, which is pretty interesting. Once per turn, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls, and cut its attack in half, and if it does, this monster gains that. So this thing can become huge, really big. And then if this card in a monster zone is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can place this card in a Pendulum zone. So to get all of this in action, you have to not only rank 7 him out, he needs to be destroyed by battle or card effect to put him in the Pendulum zone. He needs to be destroyed in the Pendulum zone to go to the extra deck, and then you need to pen summon him out with a scale higher than 7. There's a lot going on. I don't know if it's really worth playing him. Maybe he's like spicy, and if you can bring him out, it can be really good. But for the most part, he doesn't seem that crazy good. And we have this other Fusion Pendulum card. Oh, we already went over this, right? Yeah, we already went over this in the other one. This one places like Venom counters to all face-up monster your opponent controls. Monster on the field lose 200 for every Venom counter on the field, except for Dark Dragon, so he's safe, or other Dark Dragons are safe, but your opponent's monsters, if they had 4 monsters, they're all losing 800, so that can rack up, and that can mean potential OTKs. This thing needs 3 Dark Pendulum monsters to fusion out. Just kind of, it's not, you can't contact fuse it, so, each time a card is sent from the field to the graveyard, place a enemy counter on this card. Monsters on the field, so it has that same effect when it's in the monster zone as well. Once per turn during your main phase, you can negate the effects of all monster your opponent controls until the end of the turn. Alright, just straight up. And then if this card in monster is destroyed by battle or card effect, place it in a Pendulum zone. So, it's okay. Alright, A-Drive, calm down. Yeah, I don't think it's that good. I haven't seen this one. Oh, no, we did. We saw this one too. Phantasm Emperor Trilogig. Level 10 Dark Fiend Fusion, 4000. It needs 3 level 10 monsters. You can only use this effect once per turn if this card is special summoned, or this card is in a main monster zone, or is in a monster zone, and a monster is special summoned from your graveyard, except this card. You can target one phase of monster your opponent controls inflict damage equal to half that monster's real attack. So, yeah, we've already seen all of these. These are not, like, crazy. These are, like, OTK, crazy OTK cards that, like, for specific decks they can come up for the most part. These are not really relevant. The main stuff is these new Link monsters here. These are new artworks, I guess. So there you go, guys. I mean, new Ojama Link and new Super Heavy Samurai. I know there's a good amount of Super Heavy Samurai fans out there. So hopefully this is what you were looking for to boost the deck for modern times. There, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more from me, subscribe for the future. And, yeah, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Peace out.